Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about something I've been recently doing when it comes to Triglavian hunting. I've been actually testing something new when it comes to Triglavian hunting. That is doing Triglavian hunting in a different region of space than I usually do. I've been always just been doing Triglavian hunting in Caldari space, or the Forge region, that area of space. I think a little bit in the Citadel, which is adjacent to the Forge region, but very close to Jita. I've been always doing these kind of Triglavian hunting sites there. The thing is, I've always been doing that because it's been so convenient for me, because the Jita station is where I have most of my stuff in. It's my base of operation. So I wanted to try doing it in a different region of space, particularly Amarr space, and it's quite annoying because Amarr is very far away. Amarr is like 40 plus jumps away from Jita, and having to move it down a battleship is not at all an easy task. But the reason I wanted to do it is because I felt like, okay, we're in an Amarrian ship. If we're going to go to Amarr space, it'll be a bit more suited than a Amarrian ship in a Caldari space. But another reason I wanted to do it is because if we're in Amarrian space, I'm guessing that there's going to be less competition there for Triglavian sites, or like Triglavian loot in general, because the Jita region is a very populated area of space. Amarr space is a lot bigger than Caldari space. Should be a bit more spread out, a little bit easier to get all the Triglavians for myself. The issue I've been having, though, that I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that I've been having some issues finding the Triglavians, and I'm wondering if you can give me any tips on how to find them. I was planning on going around a little bit, show you guys what I mean. But before we get into this, I just wanted to announce that we're going to have a little bit of a giveaway right now, a skin giveaway. And this is actually not the typical Scope syndication skin giveaway. It's actually a very generous viewer who gifted me a skin for the Paladin. They gifted me this skin right here, Zakura Shumu. This skin right here, and we're going to be giving away one of these right here, and we're going to be giving away this skin right here. So he was a really generous viewer who gifted this skin to me to give it away. So if you want to have a chance to win this skin, make sure you leave a comment down below, subscribe, and put your in-game name. Really critical that you put your in-game name. No in-game name means no skin. I can't contract it to you otherwise. Okay. So back to the Triglavian hunting then. So I've been actually... Oh, we've got some plex right here. I don't know how I got this. Oh, I'm not sure how I must have moved some from my Plex vault or something, because I think I moved it out of my inventory. Just surprise 2,000 Plex right there. Yeah, I think it was that I had some in my inventory, then I moved it here. I was just spread out, what, 2,000 Plex? Okay. What I was using is that I had this Dramiel right here, because the problem is with the Paladin, it's such a slow ship. Battleships in general, they're just really slow. And what I did was I based out of Chara right here. The way I've been trying to tackle finding Triglavians is the way I often recommend. And that is to go to the Edencom.space website. This is a really good collaboration of multiple players in this group here. And they find Triglavians and post it to their website. And you can find Triglavians this way. So one of the common systems that I find Triglavians in that is in Domain then and Amarr region is the system of Chara. Chara, I often see Triglavians there when I've been seeing them previously. So I know that, okay, Triglavians have been here. But I rarely find systems with Triglavians in. I don't know why. And my guess is just that on their website it's because it's a lot more convenient. A lot of people exist in the Jita region. They probably just happen to say, oh, look, there's Triglavians there, and they just post it here. A lot of this. In Amarr space in general is really spacious, really big. I noticed that there's a lot less people flying around there. So that was my assumption to why there's very few Amarrian systems right here. But I still think that there could be something more to it, because I went around the local systems that have some nearby Triglavian systems. So we've got Hava over here, Triglavian system. Then we've got Raravos over here, the first ever Triglavian system to fall, or the first ever Triglavian system that was, the system that was taken by Triglavian. Then we've got Niaja over here as well. So I go to all these systems nearby, because these should, as far as I understand how it works, is that if you go to systems that are close to Triglavian systems, you should have a probability of finding Triglavians here. But I've very rarely found Triglavians, very rarely. I've only found them once. I've been cruising around for an extended period of time. We could go around now and just see if we happen to find any, but I felt like they're a lot rarer than they usually are, at least when it comes to the Caldari space. I don't know if it has something to do with the Mars space just in general, that there's a lot fewer, but I'll be going around here. So I just was thinking, okay, I know that I've seen in the EDI website the system of Chara, And then there must be maybe some other systems. So what you could do here is type Triglavian entities, because Triglavian entities is just basically like a group for like Triglavians, you can see here. So we can look then kill mails of people who've died in the region of domain. Now, a way we can filter domain is if we go like this. If we copy paste this region thing here in the website URL, and then we just go here back to the Triglavian entities that we had before. Then we copy paste the region here. So it's basically looking for Triglavian kills in the region of domain, which is this one right here. So we can go here and look. You can see that there's like very few deaths due to Triglavians in domain. See, there's just like one death right here, one death right here. Like these systems, you can see that there's Triglavians here, so it must mean that there's like some Triglavian wormhole, some Triglavian invading entities right here. So what I did was I just I copy pasted the names of the ones that we have here. So for example, Seradith, Chara, Yiramun, and made them to a route. So what I did was like this. If we go like here, just copy paste them like this. I just like put them like that, like Teshi and like that. And then I just went for another. Then I went for another, such as Seradith. Then added the waypoint. And then I did that with multiple systems, and I just clicked optimize route, so just we could find the closest route to approach all the systems. But I never really found anything, and I was very surprised. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys know why it's the case. If there are any of you guys who do a lot of Triglavian hunting in Amarr space could explain why this happens. We'll go out here and try to find some Triglavians, see if we can find any. And the way I'm going to do, the way I usually do, is that I just go to adjacent systems near the invader systems. So okay, there's an Losic system right there. We don't want to go there, but we can go to Chara. We could go to perhaps Ebo. Oh, that's a long route. And then we can go to maybe there's one over here. Triglavian Araravos over here. Maybe add location there. Maybe add location there. We optimize route. See if we can make it a bit slower. See if we can make it a bit faster. So I'll show you what I mean is that we're probably very unlikely going to find anything. I've really not been finding anything in my journeys right here. And I don't know why. If it's just a thing where the way the stars are aligned in the Jita space, that there's more likelihood, bigger likelihood of Triglavian systems spawning there. I don't know why though. Because as far as I understood, the only way we could have Triglavian spawning in is if we've got an adjacent Triglavian system. And it could maybe also be that the systems are very big, so maybe it could be that my D-scans are not really covering the entire system. But I noticed there's a lot of big Amarian systems or domain systems. Not so many... I can't remember so many Caldari systems being particularly big. So, just continue here. No, I haven't found anything at all. And the system of Chara then was one that I was able to... No, not Chara actually. I think it was Agesi. One of these very close systems to where my Paladin at least is located. I managed to find some Triglavians. And I did fight there, and it was going good. And there were actually 2 golems there, so there was some competition. It was not completely unheard of. But I was just a bit surprised. Like, how do you actually find it? Maybe it's just if I'm even looking for Triglavians the right way. Maybe there's a better way for me to look for them. Because I know that there's some people that they use the core scanner probes and they do a big scan on the whole system, and then they sort of cover the whole system, and then they can sort of find if there's some Triglavian entities with like a combat scanner probe. They sort of do that instead. I don't know, maybe that could be an alternative, that I could, instead of this Dramiel in my Paladin, I could put perhaps Anathema, for example. Anathema could be good. Could carry combat scanner probes. We'll be able to then scan really far and be able to scan a whole system in one go. See if we can find any Triglavian entities that way. But I would really like to be able to do some Triglavian hunting in Amarr space, because I just think the background suits very well. I know it sounds so superficial, but I like having a background that sort of matches the type of ship I'm flying. I think it's quite cool to be in an Amarian ship with an Amarian background, but also just because we could if we're able to base that out in Amarr space, we probably would have less competition and less people disturbing us if we're doing Triglavian hunting. Probably less risk of ganks as well. So I just think that if we want to be a dedicated Triglavian hunter, then it could be good to go somewhere that's not in G2, where there's not so much of an overpopulation of Triglavian hunters. I mean, it's not too big of an issue. I still find a lot of Triglavians for myself there, but what I mean is I think I would feel a lot safer, a lot more relaxed if I was doing it in Amarr space than I would in G2 space. So if you guys know why I'm having this issue, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it a lot, because I would like to do more Triglavian hunting content, especially in Amarr space. And that's why I wanted to go for that Paladin right there, because it was a long time since I did some Triglavian hunting in the Paladin. That one time I did Triglavian hunting in Amarr space, it was pretty hectic because there were a lot of NPCs spawning in, but I was able to hold my ground. The Paladin is really an amazing ship when it comes to sniper Triglavian hunting. I'd really recommend it, and especially if you are like in a group of 2 or more, you could just like force multiply yourselves. Like you just go and multiply your DPS. Basically, it makes everything just go so much quicker. It's just the cleanup process that takes a long time, so you just need to have a dedicated salvage if you want to get it done quickly, or you have to strategically place MTUs if you're a solo player. But if you're very many people, would much rather have dedicated salvages, such as a Noctis, for example, with good Triglavian standing as well. Because good Triglavian standing, if you're in a Noctis or any ship in general, if you've got good Triglavian standing, you won't get attacked at all. So you can just chill there, salvage away, have fun, and Dankisk. And also your friends in Paladins will appreciate you a lot. So it'll be fun. But yeah, this is the experience I've been having so far. I've been just going from system. Oh, look at that, all the Concord ships or Navy ships right there. Just splattered all over the place. This is like the experience I'm having, just going around system to system, thinking, okay, maybe we can find some Triglavians, maybe we can find some Triglavians. But no, I've been just going around hundreds of systems, more than 100 systems at least. Just running around trying to find Triglavians, but not found them. And unfortunately, I can't get the really nice help of the Edencom.space people, because they do Triglavian hunting pretty much only in Caldari space. So it's not like even their like aerial operation is primarily Caldari space, so they're gonna naturally just be posting more posts of Caldari space anyway. One thing that I thought would be really cool with the Paladin or Sniper Paladin is to be able to, just sniper chips in general, you could be in Kronos as well, do the same thing as the Paladin. I prefer the Paladin though, because of the ammunition types being able to be swapped quite quickly. But a really cool thing is that you'll be able to like be sort of like a quote-unquote mentor for new players, or help some new players out, earn some ISK, because they can bring like a Naga, for example, can sit with you, snipe away. It will feel really nice, I think. And you know that you would be pretty safe, because you're like a solo Paladin usually is enough to take on Triglavians, and if you have someone else, then it should be really super easy. You can see the disrupted gate of Nialja in the system of Madir Milir. I remember going to that gate a long time ago when I was going to travel between Caldari and Amarr space. It used to be like the gank haven. No longer a thing, unfortunately. It was really convenient being able to go to between Amarr and Caldari space really quickly. Yeah, 3 jumps left now to the destination. Haven't seen a single Triglavian on the way here, as I expected. Like, it's always been like this, really. Found it just once. That's when it's been just, okay, I found Triglavians. Otherwise, it's been going around endlessly in loops like this around the regions of star systems that are just really close to the Triglavian systems, and just found nothing. Found nothing. Just go to the destination to prove this to you. But I really think it could have something to do with the Amarrian systems that are a lot bigger than Caldari systems, because I'm coming across a whole lot of systems that are like 70 AU or 30 plus AU, like a lot bigger than my scan range. And this could make so that the Triglavians, they could be somewhere where I'm not able to even scan them. They could be in the system, but I'm just not too far away to be able to scan them. Okay, there we go. Destination reached of Seradi. I haven't found a single Triglavian. Seems like that's just the way it's going to be. Maybe there's some trick to finding them. Perhaps use a combat scanner probe or go to some different systems. If you guys have any tips, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate it a lot. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.